My channel on TikTok got permanently banned. I had over 26,000 followers. I put a lot of time into that channel. 50% of the time when I was editing videos, I was editing them for TikTok. This is why YouTube is so much better than TikTok. YouTube, you feel like if there was a discrepancy, you could actually talk to a person. TikTok, they just give you the middle finger. If enough people complain about your channel just because they want to troll you, TikTok just bans you. If you say that was invalid, I didn't violate any of the rules, they don't really care. I had made a couple videos to sell stuff on the TikTok shop. I had like $150 that I could cash out. That's gone. So I got to start over with a new TikTok channel with 0 followers. I can't sell anything on the TikTok shop because I got to get to 1,000 followers first. The reason that I got banned, I started out my journey of becoming a content creator. I had the idea that I was going to do this epic triple challenge. I was going to do 3 big challenges. They were like the 3 hardest things I'd ever done in my life. I was going to do a 21-day fast. I was going to run a marathon, and I was going to bench press my lifetime max of 405. And I wanted to do it all in 1 year. I had it in my head that if I could accomplish these 3 things, by the end of the year, I would go viral, and that would kind of launch my content creator career. Well, that didn't actually happen at all. You know, like by the end of that year, I was able to get 1,000 followers and get monetized, but I wasn't actually able to make money. You know, being monetized is one thing, but making more than $10 a month is a whole nother ballgame. You know, and this is YouTube I'm talking about. The problem is TikTok does not like fasting videos. Any fasting videos you post on TikTok, if somebody complains about them, they just ban them. At first, when I first posted my videos, my channel was small. Nobody complained about my videos. Once I had my first viral video on TikTok, it got like 1 million views. Then TikTok, people complained about my other fasting videos as well as that fasting video, and they banned like 4 videos of mine right at the same time. And I found that if I put a disclaimer on my fasting videos explaining that I fast not just to lose weight quickly, weight loss is just a bonus of fasting to me. The purpose of my fast is something I do once every year or once every few years to test my willpower, to try to get more out of myself. I put a warning on there saying that fasting is not for everybody. If you're interested in fasting, you need to consult your doctor first and do your own research. I'm not a fasting expert. I'm just sharing my personal experience with fasting. When I put that warning on my TikTok videos, TikTok actually would reinstate the videos. They'd still pull them down when somebody complained, but they would review it after I appealed and reinstate it. And that happened to like 3 or 4 videos. And so I just stopped posting all fasting videos on TikTok. 5 months ago, I posted a video about my 3 challenges. And the video wasn't even about fasting. It just, the beginning included, like the 1/3 of the beginning of the video included that I did a 21-day fast. And then the rest of it was about the marathon, the bench press. That video got pulled down, and that put me over the limit of violations, and TikTok banned my channel permanently. So then I appealed the permanent ban, and they said they would review it in 7 days and email me. They never responded. I never got an email. They just banned me. They didn't even email me back and say your appeal has been denied. One of the things I try to do is look at the positive aspect. You know, I've never made a dime off TikTok, other than the $150 from the TikTok shop that they screwed me out of. YouTube has paid me over $1,000. YouTube pays me like $70 a month for the last couple of years. And then lately, my channel's been growing a little. I had 1 viral video on YouTube, a viral short, and I got $200. If I had took all the time I spent on TikTok and put it onto YouTube, it would have been much more profitable for me. With that all said, I'm gonna create a new channel for TikTok. I'm not gonna post any videos about fasting. I understand why some people are offended by videos about fasting. If you're looking at it as a way to lose weight quickly, if that is your goal, fasting is not the answer. Just fasting to lose weight will not solve your problem. Once you lose the weight, you're just gonna gain it all back when you go back to your old lifestyle. Fasting was so much more than that. Fasting can unlock the secret to learning how to control your appetite. Fasting can give you the keys to the kingdom. If all you're concerned about is that one-time weight loss, that's so trivial in the big picture. The thing that I got from fasting that stuck with me was the realization that I could literally do anything that I put my mind to, no matter how difficult. In all of my fasting videos, I try to convey that message. Now, don't get me wrong, the weight loss was a bonus. If somebody has an eating disorder and you're going on the internet and you're watching videos about fasting, it could be fuel for the fire of your eating disorder. And I understand that. You have to be careful and aware when you're making videos and content about that kind of a topic, because you don't want to make it more difficult for somebody out there that's struggling. I tried to learn from that experience and just be more aware when I'm making content about sensitive matters like that. That was a stressful thing I had to deal with my current efforts of trying to become a content creator. That's a wrap. Do you know what alternate day fasting is? ADF. I just recently learned about this. I'd never heard of it before. I watched this guy on TikTok whose name is Hermes the Cynic. And he comes off kind of abrasive because he's so cocky. But he had a video. I love him. I'm a huge fan. I follow him. I love all his videos. Check him out if you like philosophy and interesting stuff about dieting and stuff like that. He had this video about how he lost all his weight. He was talking about how he did a version of alternate day fasting. The thing that he talked about that struck a chord with me was, if you want to be a beast, you want to be a monster, you want to be big and muscular, you got to live like a beast. You need to feast and then famine. So he was talking about how if you were a caveman and you were going to grow and become big and strong and bad, you might go a day or two without any food, and then you would catch some prey, and then you would feast. And then after a few days of feasting, you might go a few days of famine and hunt until you find another animal and you feast again. And that cycle of feast and famine triggers something in the body that you need to be tough. You need to grow. You need to be big and strong. That makes logical sense to me. Versus just being in a calorie deficit all the time. The way I dieted my whole life was to be in a calorie deficit. I tried to eat 2,500 calories a day. I consistently do that without any cheat meals, and I lose 1 or 2 pounds a week. After about 3 or 4 weeks, I only lose 1 pound a week. And then after another couple weeks, I will start to lose 1 or 0 on 2,500 calories a day. And I have to cut my calories down to 2,300, and then I have to cut them down again until eventually I'm at 2,000 calories to lose 1 or maybe 1.5 pounds a week. So after a couple months, 3 months of calorie deficit dieting, I get diet fatigue, I get burnt out, and I have to refeed and kind of take a break and start over. I've never been able to reach my final goal weight with that style of dieting. My thought is, this might be a secret. This might work for my body, so I never get that diet fatigue, because one day I have 0 calories, the next day I feast. So I did a bunch of research on alternate day fasting. I watched a bunch of videos on it. Number 1, I can avoid diet fatigue. There's a few ways to do alternate day fasting. Some people will do 1 meal at the end of the day on their fasting day, and then the next day they eat normally, and then the next day they do 1 meal. I'm gonna do the more extreme one where you fast 36 hours. So I'm gonna do an entire day, nothing, and I'm gonna go to sleep hungry, and the next day I'm gonna shoot for 3,000 calories on my eating days. Just the math alone comes out, it makes a lot of sense. So if I eat 4 days a week at 3,000 calories, that means at the end of the week I've eaten 12,000 calories. Versus if I stay in a calorie deficit all week long at 2,500, at the end of the week I'll be at 17,500 calories. So I'm gonna be taking in 5,500 calories less every week just by doing alternate day fasting. And the days that I eat 3,000 calories, I'm gonna be indulging. Like 2,500 calories, I have to limit myself. I can't indulge. At 3,000 calories, I'll be able to have pasta. I'll be able to have breakfast, it'll be fun. I think I will enjoy those days. Like, this would be an amazing program for maintenance too. You could actually increase to like 3,300 a day or even 3,400 on your eating days. Like, you could really go kind of overboard on your eating days. One of the things I loved about my prolonged fast was the feeling of ketones in my body. When I'm in that fasted state, my brain is running faster. I feel sharper, I feel more productive. A lot of that is the fact that you're running on ketones. Your body is creating and generating ketones. The alternate day fasting means you are gonna have ketones in your body. And I'm excited to see how that feels doing it every other day. I have to be honest, all the prolonged fasts that I have done have been very difficult for me. The last fast I did was 7 days. It was a challenge, man. I struggled to get through the 7 days. It made me not want to do another prolonged fast at the end of it. It's almost like I have to have a calling to do it. I have to think about it for a period of time and be mentally prepared. I have to prepare my life, my family, my people that I spend time with. I have to let everybody know that I'm gonna be kind of unavailable socially during this prolonged period of time. And it's difficult. It's difficult for my family. Fasting every other day, I can time that so that on my days of fasting, it doesn't really hurt my social life. I can make sure that on my weekends, I'm able to eat and indulge. And then on my days that I'm in my grind, I can have that extra productivity and the extra ketones and be in that fasted state. I've always done well with delaying gratification. Like if I'm gonna have a big meal, all day I might go without eating in anticipation of wanting to be hungry for that big meal. It's like taking that a little bit more to the extreme. So I'm gonna fast all day and I'm gonna go to bed hungry. And it's gonna be difficult. But the next day, I know that when I get up, I'm gonna have the whole morning where I'm not gonna be hungry. I'm gonna be super productive. When I start eating the next day, I get to indulge. I don't have to scrimp on portions. I can overdo a little bit and my body's gonna suck up that protein and build the muscle. That's the kind of challenge I like. 24 hours, 36 hours, that is much easier to wrap my mind around than 5 days or 7 days or 21 days. I'm gonna track my weight, I'm gonna track my body fat percentage, and I will let you know what kind of results I get from my alternate day fasting and how much can I indulge on the days I eat and how much do I struggle on the days that I have to go to bed hungry. I'm gonna continue to lift and do cardio during the fasted days and the days of eating. So I will report back as to how it affects my training. My best friend from high school, he's been watching some of my videos and he has a friend that has a business that sells merch in Arizona. I told him if he sent me some of his buddies' swag, then I would do an unboxing on my channel. So this is the first care package I've ever received. Ooh. The brand is Arizoniacs. So it's like an Arizona brand, like Maniacs, but it's Arizoniacs. Pretty cool logo. So it's got like Arizona, the A, and then the Arizona state outline. Got a couple tank tops. Oh, jeez. Nice, bro. Looks like it was hand cut kind of style. And then a regular tank. Very cool. A pocket knife. All right, let's try it out. Let's see how it looks. I'm a little too big. The tank top may be a little too small, but I like the style. I like the style, but I don't think it, I don't know. It's a little tight, a little snug. Let's try the other one. This one will work. I like this one. This one's much better. So Marty, thank you, bro. Much appreciate the swag. That's all I got. Keep grinding. More cool stuff to come.